Hey everyone. Today, we're going to talk about a technology that is quietly fixing one of the biggest, most frustrating problems in artificial intelligence. It's a breakthrough that's making AI more reliable, more factual, and yeah, a lot more trustworthy.
So let me ask you this. What is the single biggest flaw in those super powerful large language models, the LLMs, that we're all using now? Well, it turns out even the most advanced AI has a massive, and I mean massive blind spot.
You see, a standard LLM is kind of like a student taking a closed book exam. Its knowledge is totally frozen in time. It only knows what it was trained on up to a certain date. And this leads to that huge problem you've probably heard of, hallucination. That's where the AI just confidently makes stuff up. But the solution is something called RAG, and it's basically like giving that same AI an open book exam, letting it look up the facts so it can give you grounded, truthful answers. So what exactly is this secret ingredient? Well, it's called RAG, and that analogy is really the best way to think about it. It is the open book exam for AI. The full name is Retrieval-Augmented Generation, and what it does is pretty revolutionary. It's a framework that connects an LLM to a trusted external source of information, like your company's internal documents or the latest news on the web, before it even tries to answer you. This one simple step grounds the AI in reality. To put it as simply as possible, RAG is like giving an AI a direct line to a fact checker. Before it says anything, it stops, it looks up the facts, and then it gives you an answer based on what it found. Okay, so how does this actually work under the hood? It's not magic, but it is a really clever and honestly a surprisingly simple three-step process. So let's walk through it. First, when you ask a question, the system doesn't just guess. Instead, it goes and retrieves relevant facts from its knowledge base. That's the open book part. Next, it augments your original question by adding all that new information as context. And finally, it sends this new supercharged prompt to the LLM to generate an answer. The key here is that the LLM isn't just relying on its old memory. It's working directly from the fresh facts it was just handed.
And look, this is way more than just a simple search. Advanced RAG systems use some really sophisticated tricks to find the absolute best information. They can use a hybrid search that looks for both keywords and the actual meaning behind your question. They also use things called re-rankers to intelligently sort through the results and pick only the most relevant facts. For super complex data, they can even pull from knowledge graphs that understand how different ideas are all connected. It's a really powerful and production-ready technology. All right, now this is where it gets really interesting. Let's move past the theory and see how RAG is making a huge impact in the real world. Seriously, some of the biggest companies you can think of are already using it to solve some of their most critical business problems.
Okay, so take DoorDash. They're using a RAG-powered chatbot to help their delivery drivers, their dashers. So when a dasher runs into an issue, the system can instantly search this massive library of help articles and pass support tickets to give them a fast, accurate solution that's tailored to their exact problem. LinkedIn has taken this even further. Their customer tech support is powered by RAG combined with a knowledge graph. This means the system doesn't just find similar problems. It actually understands the relationships between different issues, which leads to way more accurate and efficient troubleshooting.
And the results? They really speak for themselves. By putting this system in place, LinkedIn saw a nearly 29% reduction in the time it takes to resolve a customer's issue. I mean, that is a massive efficiency gain that makes customers a whole lot happier.
But it's not just for support tickets. Check out this really creative use case from Vimeo. They're using RAG to let you literally talk to your videos. You can ask a chatbot to summarize the video, find key moments, or answer specific questions about the content, and it pulls the answers right from the video's transcript. How cool is that? And look at this one. The Asian super app Grab is using RAG to automate things like analytical reports and fraud investigations. It pulls data from all their internal platforms, and the LLM summarizes it, saving their teams 3 to 4 hours of manual work for every single report. That's a huge productivity boost. So what does this all add up to? Well, all of these examples point to some really serious business advantages. Let's break down exactly why RAG is becoming such a game changer for pretty much any organization out there. The payoff for businesses is huge. First, you get factual accuracy, which builds trust, just like we saw with LinkedIn. You get answers based on up-to-the-minute information, not some stale old data set. You get way more transparency because the AI can actually cite its sources. It boosts efficiency, saving countless hours like a grab. And this is critical for big companies. It can be deployed securely on a private cloud, keeping all of your sensitive data safe. Now, a question I hear all the time is, wait, isn't this just fine-tuning? And the answer is a hard no. They're totally different. RAG is dynamic and pretty cheap to run. You just update your documents, and boom, the AI is instantly smarter. Fine-tuning is static and expensive. You have to completely retrain the whole model to teach it anything new. Here's the bottom line. You use RAG when you need your AI to have up-to-date knowledge. You use fine-tuning when you need to teach it a specific style or personality. And this really gets to the core of why RAG is so important. It's all about trust. Without citations, users just can't trust the output. That's why you're seeing tools like Perplexity and Google's AI search always showing their sources. The ability to show your work, to point back to the original document, is what separates a helpful AI from a potentially dangerous one. And RAG is the technology that makes that possible. So this leaves us with a final, pretty big thought. As we weave AI deeper and deeper into our businesses and our lives, we have to have a way to verify what it's telling us. The question isn't just about building better tech, it's about creating a whole new standard for belief. In this new AI-powered world, will citation become the new currency of trust?